Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thank you for tuning in to check out the board. Pre-funk, thinking right. I hit the lab, but I do what I do for you. Got a good one for you today. Unless it's you, let's go. Writers in 25 Rules to Live by Storytelling. Story with a message. Let's do the story. I got a message for you today. Let's go. These are life lessons I'm giving them. I see you tune in and receive them. I got a good one for you. I'm ready. Right Thinking's mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinking's way of life is mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. That's my mission, to get all my right thinkers to do just that. Know themselves. It's a short little phrase, but it got a lot of weight, a lot of cachet. I'll bring that to you later. Let's talk about this. Knowing thyself is what your goal should be. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. That's not high aspiration. All right, you ain't inspiring much if you don't even know what you don't know and you don't care. You're foolish. I'll disregard you. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. I can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them with knowledge of self. I'm a spiritual law. I wake you up to yourself. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my eye, be true. You know that's my girl. Let's talk about another one of my favorite subjects. Something near and dear to my heart. I'm about to send out a message. Right thinkers, let's talk about why God don't like ugly. There's a phrase that I use. I've been using it for a long time. Now I really get the gist of what that really means. So yeah, I've been riding this concept, but now I'm gonna break it down for you. Hopefully you can get that concept and understand why I say that and see if it holds true to this day. All right? God knows about your hidden agenda. He knows your heart. Evil thoughts which come to your mind and your bad deeds that you do behind closed doors that you think nobody knows about. Those kind of people, God don't like. Why? That's ugly. If you're right, that's good. But to be nasty or to be right and nasty is ugly. When you have a scenario where somebody done something to you or something was done that was wrong and you're in the right, that don't give you the right to be nasty, disrespectful, or very disingenuous because you're right and they're wrong. There's going to be a situation where you're going to be wrong, but you want somebody to humble themselves and understand what you did. You might not have done it intentionally, but being respectful of other people's feelings when they're on the short side, that's ugly. If you claim to be God's children, I'm God's child, I'm a child of God, you talking that good stuff as a Christian, faith follower, whatever, Jews, Muslim, I don't care, whatever you claim to be, and you act like an ignorant, spoiled child, when you don't get your way, that's emotion. When emotion take over, you ain't thinking right, you ain't thinking logical, you're going to react to yourself. That's the ego running the show. Whether you're aware of it, know it or not, I'm just trying to bring it to your attention. And when you do that, that's ugly. If you can't muster up enough respect to do the right thing when it ain't in your favor, you're ugly. If you're anti-right thinking philosophy, that's cool. That means your problem is with me. That makes you ugly because that's judgmental. That's not good. Ain't nothing I did to you, but if you don't like what I stand for, what I represent, that's just being ugly. Call them haters. You know about that. Okay, but I'm just trying to break it down to you from his vision. That's what he sees. So if you think being ugly and praising God and doing all this, what you claim, nothing happens. He don't like you kind of people. And he tell you about that in your book. The written word, the writ, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, if you talk all that talk about this, that, and the other, and you doing it, that's really ugly. Advice: don't play with God. I'm giving you some advice. Watch, when you have a title, reverend, minister, pastor, doctor, you don't do God's work, you don't deserve them titles. Those are titles that's held for people doing that what the title says. If you got the title and doing it, I won't address you by the title that you claim. Well, I don't have to. You show me no reason to respect your title. Stop hiding behind God's words and titles. If you're not a good look, it's ugly. If you're not righteous, if you're not honest and forthright, you're petty, insecure in your issues, you're ugly in his sight. I'm just telling you what he see. I see what you ain't looking at. I myself am a God servant all the time. Even when I want to get ugly, I won't. Why? Because it's not right thinking philosophical concepts that I live by now. At one time, it had been, well, that's the difference, okay? I ain't going there. I see a lot of phony, Pinocchio type people, title holders. Can they lose their titles when they don't do what the title says? Do they don't follow? Anybody got, whatever? Because a lot of these title holders ain't really holding the title well. They're not representing the title at all. So I'm just personally not going by titles. I'm going to call you by who I see you are. Being religious does not make you spiritual. Just ignorant and ugly in his sight. And very annoying in mine. God blesses what? Good deeds to us. That means righteous livers, worshipers, praisers, who not just worship and praising him with their mouth, but those who do what? Selfless service. That look good in God's eyes. What I do every day looks good in God's eyes. How I serve him looks good in his eyes. Tidbit. I perform selfless service when daily. Why? Just because it's the right thing to do. And it looks good in his eyes again. I'm a teacher of life lessons. Again, I tell you that in my statement. And God is always who I'm trying to impress. Not you, not no man, period. I'm going to do what makes me look good in his eyes. Okay? Understand that. I know one thing, and this is a fact. Good deeds are always rewarded with blessings. If I didn't know that, I let my ego take over and I do what my ego say do. So understand that too. If you have bad luck, there's no such thing as bad luck. You're not doing the right thing. You just don't have the wherewithal and understanding that when you do things that ain't right, you get dealt with. Just like you get praised, you want all the, when everybody see you, yeah, you want that, but guess what? When you ain't doing that, you're doing something else. So you should be doing that all the time. I do. So when you want to pick and choose, when you want to do right, you got somebody for you. It's called karma. She comes to visit. If you do the right thing, watch this, aka good deeds, your luck can't be bad. Why? You reap what you sow. If I'm doing good work, I got to get good results. That's why. That's why I think of philosophy. Okay? That's his law, not mine. If it's not godly, it's ugly. Godly, ugly. Your choice. And when you choose to do ugly and try to hide it behind God, he deals with you personally. That's all. When you do ugly things, watch this, like refuse to do things that you claim to do, that's being ugly. And you're going to have to pay the consequences for your actions. Understand that. See, but you so holding so spiritual about the knowledgeable about the real, you would know that. But you don't know yourself, so I know you don't know that. Let me help you out. I will do what's right, and that's every time. Even if I don't like you. And I don't. I will be mindful, respectful. Why? Because that's all about me. It ain't about you. You are the reason why you are who you are. It ain't nothing to do with me. I see you for who you are. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, here you go. I will deal with ugly people the same way they deal with me. Ugly. Simple. As well as I can ascend, I can descend. And my pastor told me a while ago, you don't want to wallow in the mud with the pig. Why? You just as dirty as the pig. So I wear white because I don't like to get in the mud. I will treat you right. Why? Only because you're not worth me losing my blessings by doing what I want to do and have to pay the consequences for. I do what's right and get my blessings even though I don't want to. God is good luck. Ugly is bad luck. You see where I'm going with this? Watch this. If bad luck seems to be your only luck, then you're just not living right. Been there, know that oh so well. God will bless the selfless servant with what? Seemingly good luck. You reap good, you do good, you reap good. Reap what you sow. Again, for all your title holders, fakers, aka other people, God will send you a visitor. Her name is Karma. Get used to her. When I was ugly, my luck was bad, bad, bad. Life wasn't good. Why? I wasn't living right. I didn't deserve to have nothing good. But some of us can fake it, get a blessing, and then block the next one. Why? Because they get ugly. See? Once you're good, stay good. Bad, ugly, and back and forth. Okay, it's consequences that come with that. Last one. Now I'm looking good. Living good, good luck is all I get. That's what I think of philosophy for me. How about you? I'll be back. Thank you.